in both sides. Final match before the World Cup break. A beautiful morning, but overcast skies in Newcastle await this one, and it's another season, the same old ruthless City side. The best attack, the best defence, and they could end the round 6 points clear of their nearest rival. Today, they meet a Newcastle side who'd won 2 straight to begin the season, but now meet the champions after back-to-back defeats, including a 4-0 humbling in Melbourne. The Newcastle Jets team news here is that they will make 3 changes after their 4-0 defeat at the hands of Victory last week. Ex-City man Carl Jenkinson, he's out with a knock, along with Darts Melia, while James McGarry is also dropped to the bench. In comes Ingham, Grozos and Hoffman for their first start to the season. So this Newcastle side, who have Arthur Pappas's stirring post-match address ringing in their ears, he said on the A-League's All Access, now's the real test for how much you are together. This is the Melbourne City team news. A totally different centre-back pairing for them from last week's 4-0 win against Perth. So Nuno Reis out with concussion, Curtis Good with illness. Scott Jamieson is making his first start since round 2 alongside Thomas Lam, who returns from suspension. Andrew Naboot, the former Jet, he's also missing from the bench due to illness. Jamie McLaren, though, he's looking to score in 6 consecutive matches for the 2nd time in his career. And they are looking to make it 6 matches unbeaten for the first time to start a season in A-League men's history, this white-hot Melbourne City team, Phil Moss. So here we go in Newcastle. The Jets looking to bounce back against the Premiers. Jamie McLaren getting us underway. And what an afternoon this presents in Newcastle. It doesn't get much tougher when you've lost 2 straight matches, Phil Moss, and you look down the barrel, and here are the Premiers in back-to-back seasons.
That's right. You've got the best attack and the best defence up against a defence that's just been leaking too many goals. And that man on the ball, Brandon O'Neill, will be taking that very personally. Having worked with him at Sydney FC, he takes so much pride in defensive structure.
Matt Leckie playing in that wider role, of course, today. They've got Van der Ven, O'Neill, and Barisha sitting in that midfield. Tilio dodging and weaving. Talbot straining the arms of Michael Weir. And to finish off that point, they're lacking centre-backs as well, with Reis and Curtis Good both out. Reis with concussion, Good illness. They'll be back soon. So it'll be intriguing to see what Adi Kisnorbo does when we resume in December, because they have got an embarrassment of riches across the park. Andrew Naboot, of course, not playing today.
The other thing that factors into the Melbourne City season, of course, is with McLaren and Leckie going to the World Cup. What's post-World Cup? What happens then to refocus on the A-League when you come back from a massive tournament like that? Depending, of course, on how the Socceroos go. We're rooting for them to get through that group stage, which I personally think is absolutely possible. Coming back to the A-League and refocusing is a challenge in itself.
Van der Ven, he's in on goal. Richie Van der Ven opens the scoring for Melbourne City with his first in the A-League men. What an absolute disaster for the Newcastle Jets. Michael Weir a long way from home, and the Premiers have made them pay.
And haven't they what? Richie Van der Ven. That comes down to belief and turning what was just an ordinary ball, as we see on the Harvey Norman replay. It's asking questions in behind that Newcastle defence, but this is down to a goalkeeping error of Michael Weir. And it's a simple tap-in for Richie Van der Ven. just completely took his eye off the ball, was worried about the oncoming attacker. And unfortunately for Michael Weir, as we see Aidan O'Neill play the ball over the top, should really have caused no problems at all with the sweeper keeper. He took his eye off the ball and worried about the oncoming striker.
And now they're looking to really put the hammer down here and make it 2-0. Van der Ven again getting up. McLaren coming through. That's a good save from Michael Weir. That's a confidence-boosting save after the start he's had to this match. And now Trent Bahaja couldn't bring it under control.
Well, I was just about to say what matters now for Michael Weir is how he bounces back, and this is an emphatic way to bounce back. That is a brilliant save.
Grozos finds himself in an acre of space. So Bahaja versus Boss. Bahaja! Oh, Glover with a glorious save, diving low to his right. But the Bahaja v Boss battle, it is boiling nicely here in Newcastle.
Fantastic save, but look at this from Bahaja. One touch inside his defender, and then he knows exactly where he's going, just inside that far post. Brilliant wing play from Bahaja. And it was only very, very good goalkeeping that stopped him from notching his first goal of the afternoon.
Tillia, space to explore. Talbot has Barisha on the outside. Talbot goes for goal. Weir again, keeping Melbourne City at bay. Well, he has gone to another level since that mistake.
Great save, but gee, look at Talbot. He can't believe that he's getting this space on the edge of the area, and there was a little bit of confusion between Hoffman and Brandon O'Neill and who should close the ball. Hoffman had the runner outside him, so it was Brandon O'Neill that couldn't quite get back and put the pressure on the ball that they needed. Good strike from Talbot. Equally good save from that man there, Michael Weir.
Hoffman galloping down the left. Bahaja, Nicoltazzi making the run. It's an own goal from the Melbourne City skipper. And Newcastle, you would probably say, get a deserved equaliser.
They've certainly huffed and puffed, haven't they, Ben? And they've finally come up with some reward. It's a fantastic run in behind and ball in behind that forced the mistake from captain Scott Jamieson on the Harvey Norman replay. It's that man, Trent Bahaja, that makes it happen. And you can see that ball into an area that Thomas Glover would have picked out quite comfortably. Jason Hoffman to Trent Bahaja to the foot of Scott Jamieson, and it's in the back of the net. Such a difficult ball to deal with. If you don't know where your goalkeeper is, you can't see the communication between Glover and Jamieson there, but it was going to be a very comfortable take for the Gloveman.
Sweeping pass to Piscopo. Has Thurgate inside. Piscopo takes on Boss.
What a fantastic pass from Nicoltazzi. Switch of play was on. Jordan Boss was very central.
And here comes City. Leckie has Tilio over on the right. Does he have enough time to use him? Nata diving in. It spills for Barisha. Found Tilio, who places it wide. And what a first half of action we've seen in Newcastle. It is warm in the mid to high 20s, but it's been an open and it's been an at times entertaining match as Michael Weir apologises to the crowd for his mistake which led to the first goal. But Newcastle were able to hit back. Scott Jamieson scoring an own goal as the Jets applied some pressure. And at half-time, in the Hunter, it is all locked up. Newcastle Jets 1. Melbourne City 1. So here we go. Final 45 minutes for these two sides in this first phase of the season before the World Cup break. And there's no time like the present, Phil Moss, to get 3 big points to enjoy for the next month.
Absolutely. Put simply, Newcastle have to find a way to win this game this afternoon. They've laid the platform in that first half. They gave as good as they got. They found a way to equalise. Now it's about finding a way to get those 3 points this afternoon. But for Melbourne City, they know how to win games. They've shown it all season. They've shown it for the last few seasons. It'll be tough to hold out for the next 45.
They're a ruthless football team and a coach that expects nothing less. Van de Ven. He's escaped the offside trap, and Michael Weir with a point-blank save. It was coming at him on the volley. Now, was the flag down because it was close, or was he onside? Barrero saying play on. I'd be very intrigued to see that from in line. Piscopo has Talbot backtracking. Reno Piscopo. And at the key moment, he fluffed his lines. Grozos.
He was just leaning back, wasn't he, Ben? As we see the replay of this, and he is onside. That's a fantastic run. Fantastic run from Van de Ven. Angled run. It's a great save from Weir in the end. And look at this, off the save. Jamie McLaren has the chance to tuck it away. Just see it off camera on that occasion. And we just see Grozos leaning back. Never going to get the purchase on the shot that he was hoping for.
It would have been intriguing to see that Van de Ven attack with the lines. I'm sure they would have brought them out. Mikkel Tate unloads, and that is a wonder save from Tom Glover, because that was travelling at some serious velocity.
Well, that is absolutely brilliant goalkeeping from Thomas Glover. Look at that. His momentum was taking him the other way just slightly.
Jamison floating it to Tilio. And Tilio beats Hoffman. Plenty of space in behind. And Jamie McLaren, he scores in 6 consecutive matches. And there are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and Jamie McLaren scoring in A-League matches.
Well, first of all, what a pass from captain, courageous Jamison, Scott Jamison. Wonderful work there from Tilio to take on Hoffman, get around him, and then he sees the pass. That is a wonderful pass on the Harvey Norman replay. Look at that from Jamison, over the top of Hoffman. And then Tilio does the rest, takes him on, uses his muscle to get around him as well as his skill, spots the pass, executes brilliantly. And Jamie McLaren, thank you very much. I'll take another goal.
8 for the season. And it's the second time in his career in the A-League men's that he's scored in 6 consecutive matches. Here's a free kick on the way for the Jets, so they're going to have to fight back again. Piscopo looking to do it with his arms. Bit of push and shove there. The yellow card is out for Lahm. Now he has to be careful because, of course, he's returning from suspension. And here he comes on Mikkel Tate.
Well, he certainly impedes his progress. So I'm happy with the foul. I'm not sure there was as much contact as Mikkel Tate's making out.
Piscopo firing at goal. What a free kick that would have been. It's hit the apex. You cannot get much closer than that.
Well, that is just sheer brilliance from Piscopo. No goalkeeper in the world is getting a hand to that. That was just absolute brilliance.
How about the turn off the back of it? Here's another free kick. He might get another shot at it. O'Neill just getting involved again.
Well, the temperature's rising, Ben. Newcastle not happy to concede the way they have. That was brilliant from Piscopo on both counts. The free kick and then the turn and go. Look at this. What a strike that is.
What a picture that is.
Now, Thomas Glover will tell you he had his angles covered because it's come off the post and the crossbar.
And he's driving it. This time low and hard. The fans thought it was in, but it was ruffling the back of the net after it hit the advertising hoarding. I think they still think it was a goal, Mossy.
Oh, that's outstanding from Piscopo. He's adopted the poker face here. He even looked like he was shaping to place that, and then he just whips it with some real venom towards that near post.
Talbot driving forward. Tilio, Marco Tilio producing an outstanding save out of Michael Weir.
Gee, we are seeing some quality here at McDonald Jones Stadium this afternoon. What a strike from Tilio. And equal to the task, Michael Weir, who will still be smarting from that mistake in the first half.
It's one goal deficit. They've been there before. They got it back to 1-1 in the first half. The same job required in the second. Early ball from Van der Ven. Weir, he's out of position, but he was able to smother the strike from Berisha.
Well, again, a very good save in the end, but Berisha, what a run and what a ball played in from the left-hand side. As we see here, a sweeping pass in from that wide area. That was absolutely brilliant. We have seen some sheer quality. I think it was Richie Van der Ven with the pass.
And now a yellow card, problems for O'Neill. He is off, and Melbourne City are down to 10 men for the third time this season. Oh, this shapes up now as an even more intriguing final 15.
Well.
Well, here it is.
See O'Neill go up. Gee. Look, you've seen them given, you've seen them not, but he doesn't cock his elbow. He jumps with his arms. I'm feeling for him, Ben.
Elsie goes up for the header. Natta spills for Bahaja. Glover, point blank. Mikeltadze goes down. It was a ruck and maul in the box. Everyone's blowing up. Tom Glover shakes his head. The home fans say, check the screen, and we'll just have a deep breath.
Well, this is absolutely brilliant action from both teams at both ends of the pitch.
How can you check this, Mossy? There's about 1,000 things that have happened in the box.
Well, I think the handball will be the main thing.
Wow, what a game of football this is. What a cracking match in Newcastle. Here we go.
Jordan Elsey doesn't give it up. Natta flicks it on. Bahaja. Great save, Thomas Glover. Now it's whether it got Scott Jamieson, I think, on the arm or not.
McGarry. Feeding forward. Bahaja taps it inside. Sotirio. Bahaja. The finishing lets him down once again in this second half.
Well, the creation of the chance was absolutely superb from both players. Look at that for a ball from McGarry to set Bahaja on his way. He spots the run of Sotirio, and then it's just the last action, the execution, let Bahaja down.
Barking out instructions. Thurgate's cross deflects awkwardly, and the volley! Oh, that was travelling. It was Piscopo again. How close was that?
Well, that was almost brilliant. If there's one player you want on the end of a chance like that, and the ball's going away from goal, as we see the replay, Thurgate whips it into a decent area with the aid of a deflection. But look at that. That is not easy to execute. And Piscopo is the one player in a Newcastle shirt, not the only player, but he is one player that you would want on the end of that chance.
Sotirio beat Boss. It's been a long day. He's done a lot of work. As Geordie Boss, Piscopo, Sotirio, good ball, Bahaja flashes the header wide.
Well, fantastic work again from Piscopo in that wide area. Delivered the ball into a wonderful area for Newcastle.
Piscopo, down he goes, free kick. Oh, this could be interesting. Reno's saying, I'm taking this one, and it's all on his boot now.
Are we in for a grandstand finish? What a spot for a free kick. The clock all but ticked down. Piscopo does well here, just to get his body in. Lecky probably has claim to it being a softish free kick.
He has come within a whisker twice in this second half from the dead ball.
These are the moments you practice for hours for if you're a set piece taker.
The moments you dream of. And he couldn't find the target when it mattered. And Melbourne City, they may just escape a Newcastle onslaught with 3 points. Tilio. Melbourne City go 5 points clear at the top of the Isuzu UTE League. They were made to work for it. Richie van der Ven with his first A-League men's goal in the first half, and then Jamie McLaren continued his scoring spree. 8 for the season. It was his goal the difference for Patrick Kisnorbo's side. They had to deal with going down to 10 men as well late on when Aidan O'Neill was sent off. Newcastle lose 3 straight, but what a fight they put on here in the Hunter. Full time, Newcastle Jets 1, Melbourne City 2.